What's up YouTube? Welcome to my Araxxor guide. This boss doesn't require super in-game gear and can be done as rags, as you will see in this video, and if you couldn't tell by my absolutely diabolical gear choices. I'm an Ironman, so yeah, you can do this as an Ironman, your gear doesn't have to be great, funky things work, it doesn't really matter. So first things first, what is Araxxor? Araxxor is a Slayer boss that requires 92 Slayer. You can find him northeast of Darkmire in Mauritania. For this video, each section will be timestamped since this boss does have a lot of variants, and you may only need to reference parts of this guide. So that will be timestamped. You can check out whatever you need at whatever part. So the first thing I'm going to go over is the gear and your inventory per kill. I'll throw up the inventory I took when I first learned on the screen, and I'll go over some advanced tactics and gear choices as well to get into more advanced setup. So first things first, in this inventory you can see I don't have a surge potion. I mainly have food and just 2 restores. This inventory setup isn't going to get you a ton of kills per trip because you do lack a lot of prayer, but when you're learning you don't really need that. You know, you're going to bust out 1, 2, 3 kill trips, and then when you kind of get to that point, I will say that the more advanced setup will definitely be something you should try out because you do use a lot more inventory spots for other things such as a spec weapon, death rune, surge pod, etc. Yeah, the most important thing is Thralls and Dragon Warhammer / Elder Maul, sorry, because you do want that defense reduction. It's pretty big. Since he is weak to crush, it is very accurate. Almost every kill you do, you will land a spec, and it doesn't matter if it's a 1 or an 85. It'll do the job. So yeah, going more into this advanced setup, you can see I now have a secondary spec weapon, the Burning Claws. I have a Surge Pot, and I do have Death Runes. And being on the RCS spellbook, you have Death Charge as well. I do not have the advanced one from Yama. I do plan to get that soon, but that is really helpful here because you are going to want as much spec per kill as possible to bust out really quick kills. So another important thing to note is that for the secondary spiderlings, the Araxxites, you will need a range setup or a Noxious Halberd. And for your range setup, you will ideally want to go for a setup that gives you 29 damage per hit. For me, I do this with the Sunlight Hunter crossbow and bolts, the Royal Titan's Deadeye Prayer, Ava's Assembler, mine's the Masori, Masori Chaps, and a Ranging Potion. This gets me to the point where I can 2-hit the white and the green spider. It makes this super chill. If you have the Noxious Halberd, that works as well. And if you can't get to this number as well, that's fine too. You'll just have to attack a 3rd time. And so there are 3 key different boss mechanics and special attacks that he will use per kill. There's a red phase, which means the red spider is first. There's a white phase, which means the white spider is first, and there's a green phase, which means the green spider is first. And each one of these different phases has a different special attack. And before we dive back in, so every phase, or every kill, once Araxxor hits 250 HP, he becomes enraged, and he no longer uses the traditional attacks that he has been using. You can actually turn off Protect for melee at that point, and then you just have to move to dodge his attacks. Which is what I'm going to be covering first before we get into the kill, and you're going to be like, why do we need to know the enraged part before the kill? The methods I use in the kills is going to be a little bit tricky, I think, to follow along when you're first learning, and since I will be doing that for the 3 different kills, I think it'll be beneficial to learn first. And so without further ado, those will be the next clips that you see. Alright, he's about to become enraged, he's at 280. First method I will do is just moving. So you can move 2 tiles over and you'll be safe. We got the explodey guy coming in, so we're just going to do a little runaway. You can also move back. So I'll show that here. 2 tiles, he attacks, I step back, and as long as he moves, you're good to go. So this one's pretty easy, but it's just not as much damage as doing the second method I'm going to show you, where you do step under Araxxor to kill him. But you don't take any damage, and it's pretty risk adverse, so just kind of depends what method you want to do. Like I said too, he doesn't do any melee damage anymore, so if the green one spawns, feel free to turn on Protect from range and mitigate all damage that he can do. Oh, there it is, pretty simple. Alright, we're getting close to enraged again. So with this method, you step under, and when you're underneath him, he does damage to himself. So the way you can do this is you just stand under him, and then he cues the attack, and then you can just run back. With a 4-tick weapon, it's really easy to stay in cycle with this. As soon as you see your attack go off, you run. And as long as you don't go directly back, you won't take damage. So right there, I took damage, so you just have to make sure that you go back at a diagonal. Yep, pretty easy and so much faster than the method I just showed you because he's damaging himself the entire time. Alright, without further ado, let's get in there. Protect from melee. These cheeky guys can do up to 13. Maybe even more, honestly. I just pray every time, so I don't have to worry about it. Drink our anti-venom, otherwise you will take damage before you get in the room. And the key thing you need to focus on is the egg that you see in the southeastern corner, which is right here. Once he spawns, it'll appear and you can see. So we see it's a red egg, which means that it will be the red phase, and that will be the same every time. Whichever this egg is, that's how you know what special attack you're going to see and which order of eggs it's going to be. So this one's the exploding guy, so he's going to start running at us, and then we're just going to run away until we get to the corner. And this is the acid drip phase too, so you'll see that in a sec. Alright, and you can bypass this just by control clicking, or if you're feeling cheeky, you can shift click under and then attack. It'll path you back out, and just make sure you control click. And then I like to go back another tile as well, get the acid / venom underneath them. See the green creature spawn, green spider spawned, flip on protect from range as soon as he does the melee attack. That way you can just guarantee that you don't take any damage there. And then we'll just control click across. Make it a little chill. We see that the white egg is next. This one, when you attack Araxxor, it will deal damage back to you. So these you kind of want to kill as fast as possible. But I don't want to be drugged here, so I'm just going to eat one attack. Switch. Easy. And then I'll just run back across to keep the poison on one side. And it'll path me to a poison-free side on the other side. Red egg is next, so what I'll do is I'm going to path further east, and the spider will get under him right here. If the spider's not fully under him, it won't deal the full 80 damage, so that's a key thing to be cautious of. Make sure your prayer's pretty up, don't be like me there. Alright, so now I know he's enraging, so I'm going to stand under him, and then do the step under method. As soon as his claws go down like that, that's how you know when you can go back under him. And if you have a 4-tick weapon, you can pretty much stay in cycle. You attack and it comes down at the same time, and there is a red phase kill. Alright, let's see what's next. Ooh, we get the white phase this time. This is my personal favorite. It's honestly the most relaxing and chill. So, in the white phase, as soon as he spawns, we're just going to kill him. So as soon as we see that egg crack open, boom, we're just going to switch our gear, throw it on, and he will be dead very quickly. And so the special attack for this one just shoots venom out. Sometimes you honestly don't even have to move, but I typically just move 4 or 5 tiles away. I mean, as soon as you attack, you can run. You miss 0 ticks doing it. See, that tile right there is literally free. So I wouldn't have had to move for that phase. Now I know the red egg is next, the explodey guy, so we're just going to path him further north, and then from there we're going to go west. It's just the easiest method to not take damage, in my opinion, and because of as long as you stay in cycle, every time you can get a hit off and then run. You also dodge a special attack that way. So I know green is next, so what I like to do is just kind of path closer to green on this side, just to get prepared for it. And once it hatches, we'll do what I did with the white one earlier, where right here, so we're going to change our gear, wait a second, melee attack, so now we can switch prayer, and now we've got them off tick, and we just take 0 damage from it. And he's about to shoot his attack again, doesn't really matter where I go. Yep, now he's enraged, so we're just going to do the method I've been telling you guys about. You can see, boom, he just did an 11 to himself there. Boom, just did a 12. This method just saves so much time and does so much damage for you. He's already done probably 60, 70 damage to himself. It's just so free. And there you guys have it. White phase done. Alright, let's see a green phase. Ooh, perfect. Alright, so green phase, just going to start with a ranged spider. Pretty simple stuff. His attack, he spits acid out at you, and it typically goes in a straight line. So right here it spawns, he attacks, boom, switch to range prayer, we just off tick him, take 0 damage from that. Pretty chill. And he will flinch here in a sec, you'll be able to see it, it's pretty, yeah, right there. So as soon as he does that, that's how you know he's attacking. It's more noticeable when you're in a corner, which is why I have this tile saved. It's pretty easy. Next we have the white spider. So we know I'm just going to have to range it again. I personally do 1 extra attack, so you'll see right here. I will take damage. I'll take like a, what, 3, 4? Yeah, I don't really care. If I attack any earlier, it'll drag me to him. You know, or if I just wait, I'll waste ticks. So I'll take that 4 damage. And there you see again, he twitched, so he shot it out. And if you stay on this side, it'll just do the same exact tiles. So the room will be pretty poison free. The only thing is now with this red spider, we're going to have to move to get him under Araxxor, so we're going to path further north. And by the time he explodes, he should shoot in the diagonal. If not, it'll be chill. So yeah, same thing here. Gets close, we run, he twitches, boom, shoots in the corner, we're chilling. Just gonna give it a little spec real quick. Alright, yep, and we shouldn't see that ranger for a bit. He'll enrage and we can turn off protect. Yep, perfect. So now we can turn on protect from range, do our little method, and we'll take 0 damage. So in this phase is probably one of the only ones where you'll end up turning protect from range on, just because you know, it's 0 damage at this point. You don't need protect from melee anymore, and he's dead. Yep, and there it is, the green phase. Alright, now that you guys are experts, I'm going to showcase a kill where I actually go through some of the more advanced tech, such as death charge, surge potions, etc. So we're going to proceed as a normal kill. I'm going to go ahead and equip our Dragon Warhammer, because every kill you're going to want a Dragon Warhammer spec. It's just honestly a little broken. So you want to do that every kill. I also like to do preserve. Okay, I actually missed, that's insane. So another one here. Drink our surge potion, and then since we have a green one, we know we're going to be able to kill it, so we'll go ahead and death charge. Right. Bada boom, a little easy, light work, honestly. So we're back at 40 spec already, and you just kind of want to do that as much as you can. If you have the double death charge, which I alluded to earlier in the video, you would be able to kill this white one here as well and get more spec back. So that would be ideal for this. I only have the base, so I get the 40% back. See, we're already back at 50% spec. And if for whatever reason I didn't have my Dragon Warhammer hit, I could just do it again. Most kills, you only have to do the Dragon Warhammer once though. So at this point, I would still have 100% spec, and I would be able to do 3 Burning Claw specs, or 2 if I wanted to conserve some spec for the next kill. But Death Charge will be back up, and then you do have the Surge Potion every 5 minutes. So you just want to pay attention to that cooldown, and you know, if you don't have the cooldowns, just spam it honestly as much as possible. It'll tell you if it lets you do it or not. So same as the other kill, we're just gonna run here. Yep, see, we got Death Charge back, and it's the green spider. So gonna go ahead and Q it, Thrall as well. We're about to enrage him, so we really don't have to kill that spider. Just kind of comes down to if you want the extra spec or not. So we'll be cheeky, let's just say, screw it. I want the spec. Screw it, I want spec. See here, as long as I'm not walking directly back, I'm not taking damage. And you can kind of do whatever as well. The most important thing is if you do mess up, you're like, oh, I'm a tile behind. Oh my god, what do I do? Oh fuck, what do I do? Oh my god, I'm griefing. Just find a tile, let him attack, reset. He's going to take damage there. Like, I can run all over the place. And also right here, I'll actually lure the spider to be eaten. Yep, see? White spider's dead. You can lure him like that too. You just have to make sure that where Araxxor attacks is where he kills the spider at. Or where you lure the spider to. So once you get a little bit more advanced, I would definitely recommend that. Because you do take damage every time you hit Araxxor, so once you get comfortable with that, you'll be a pro. Alright, and that wraps up this Araxxor guide. Me and my boy Humphrey Dumfrey put a lot of time and effort into this. And would really appreciate it if you guys could leave any positive, negative feedback, questions, comments, or concerns that you did have. I would gladly answer any questions that this guide may not have covered for you. And if you did have any advice for me for this video or any future videos moving forward, I would really appreciate it if you left it. Yeah, hope you guys enjoyed.